Change. Meta has already had a lot of protections, they say, in place for teen users, but a lot of pressure has been mounting on them recently. And so what they're doing is they're adding even more protection. So around search terms like self-harm and suicide and eating disorders, they're going to have these platforms, they're not going to show them if somebody posts about those things. They're also automatically setting teens in the most restrictive content settings. So right now, it's when you sign up, they put you in that setting. Now they're going to do it for all teens automatically. And they're also going to be sending notifications with their privacy settings with a single tap. So all of this, of course, comes into this backdrop that really started a couple years ago with the Frances Haugen Facebook papers coming out, which blew the whistle, including on things like alleging harms to children, and then a second whistleblower coming out at the end of last year saying that Meta executives alleging that they knew about these kinds of harms and weren't acting on them. And so there's also federal legislation pending. So these companies are under a lot of pressure.
Let it go.
Oh, it's so preppy in here. Holy crap. What the heck? Say yes, please. Let it go, yes, please. No.
The Chinese city of Harbin saw a record number of visitors at Snow Festival.
He burnt my shade.
It's quite nice and quite shocking. When I saw it for the first time,
He burnt my shade.
they built it very well, and the ice was very transparent.
Listen here, buckaroo. You get on my last nerve, monkey.
Every day. That's nearly double pre-pandemic numbers.
Listen here, buckaroo.
Every hotel.
You're not going to speak to me like that. That foul language. Who are you talking to? I'm talking to you, black monkey. You monkey. Bro, you are as dark as a boba pro. Shut up.
This year's festival
No.
covers
Nah, that's you. That's you,
square meters.
Shut up.
9 million square feet. And features 250,000 cubic meters of ice.
Oh, that's ice?
Temperatures over the New Year holiday
I thought it was. I'm slow. Hold on. I wasn't paying attention. No. No, shut up, Boba Pro.
For fun. The last 3 years of holiday cheer were stifled by varying degrees of pandemic restrictions.
Oh.
Because this is the first winter holiday since the pandemic was lifted, and everyone can't go back. We've been sealed for several years, so we want to go out and relax to release some of the stressful feelings from the pandemic.
Wasn't the pandemic like 4 years ago? We still recovering from that? People are still recovering from that?
Ice City shares its ice looking for something cool to do.
How's the ice?
10-second trivia.
How did the ice
Cat that lives in North America? Bobcat, Jaguar, or Jaguar?
He got the moves like Jagger, bro. Got the moves like Jagger.
Ding, ding, ding.
No, you did not.
Birdie, we love you.
This granny right here about to make you some cookies after church.
Don't stop the music. It's already raining down. You shut up. Shut up.
Once again, close your screens, grab your notebooks out.
Such a monkey.
This slave who was taught a skill in carpentry to live out the rest of their life. Why didn't it work? It actually never happened. Why?
People.
The what, Madison? A Mackenzie?
Executed.
A slave snitched. So somebody that found out about the plan is why would another slave?
Fear.
Because he's loyal.
Okay. The most the biggest reason most people, we don't know for sure why the slave told, but a lot of times if you had some kind of loyal service to your master, a lot of times you got your freedom. So maybe this guy thought, hey, if I go and tell that this is going to happen, I'll be granted my freedom. Some other things, not every slave was treated badly. Many of them were, but not everyone was, and some of them, he was hoping, the slave that told was hoping to gain his freedom. Yes?
Did he get his freedom?
I do not know that.
So what if he didn't get his freedom? That little punk boy told for no reason. And he didn't get no freedom.
It's not a guarantee that he would have gotten his freedom just for telling. Do what?
Man, I would be a snitch any day. Low key, if I was in the village.
Yeah, so Vesey, so as a result,
Where you gonna get
the authorities arrested Vesey and a lot of the other people involved. Some were freed slaves, some were still in slavery. Vesey and 22 other men are found guilty and sentenced to death by hanging. Okay?
Oh.
How can I believe in those things and still hold people as slaves? So sometimes that went on. And sometimes the slave owner had a child with a slave. And a lot of times you'd grant the mother and the child their freedom. Now, some bought their freedom, just like Denmark did. After that, when he made money off of that, what did he do? It was in the cotton and slavery hybridize.
I got to get.
He ended up buying land because he was going to start what? What type of farming? Growing cotton. And then he needs labor to help grow that cotton. So then he buys
slaves.
His own cotton farms and ended up buying slaves. I think right before the war, William Ellison at one point owned somewhere right around 67 or 68 slaves.
Dang!
Okay. So my next question is, why would a former slave buy slaves?
It's just a habit. It's just a habit.
To make money.
To make money. How did you make money in 1800 South Carolina?
You had
You
slaves.
farmed cotton.
Oh.
You grew cotton. Many of these.
How much do they sell slaves for?
Why are you asking?
They auction.
The 1800s, exactly.
I would have to look it up for
I was
sure.
always told as a child that they would get sold.
Yeah, but sold for how much to blue?
They'll get them a physical. They wingspan, they height.
Blood was
Alright,
sold
so-
for the blue.
Many of the former slaves that got their freedom, they had a skill. They were a carpenter. They were a tailor.
Then, like, you take one pit and you roll. You go to the other pit and you roll. But that's only after you've used soap and hot water.
Yeah.
And a washcloth.
Yeah.
Okay? So. Here we go. We're good.
Wash your bum. Wash your bum
You're gonna
every
then
single
put
day.
on some one squirt.
My hair is so dry. The side of my hair looks orange. Then you look at the side. Oh, you see?
One squirt. All right.
One squirt saves the
So,
world.
moving on. Y'all, your behavior has been so just to make some observations. And she's already started a list. She's checking it twice.
And she's gonna
She's gonna find out.
who's naughty at night.
I've been very
No, I'm
nice.
just kidding, not really. She's from Washington.
Hi.
Her name is Miss LaFane. And she will be with us through the month of January. She will be teaching some.
My hair's cold.
And I would say that I expect you to treat her with the same courtesy and respect that you treat me. However,
Uh-oh.
I expect you to treat her with the utmost courtesy and respect. So you cannot call her an old head.
Well, actually, she don't look old, so. I still call you old.
You can because I let you. Because
Cause she's nice. She's a nice.
We just have an understanding, don't we?
She got blonde hair.
Just have some pretty blonde hair. As she begins to kind of take over some lessons, if you misbehave in any way, you will have lunch and learn. Okay, I will call home and I will let parents know that it wasn't disrespect to me. I mean, it is disrespecting me when you disrespect her, but I will make sure that parents know it was our intern student from Wofford that you gave a hard time to. Okay, because despite how you may feel or think, it is very intimidating. I mean, not for old heads, but for young people who are just trying to figure out, is this what they really want to do? It can be very intimidating and maybe a little fearful. All right, have we finished our warm-up?
Yeah.
Started?
Bro.
Where have you been?
You talking about it?
Well, Paige is cheating.
Did you write something on your paper?
Of course.
Of course.
Well, of
Okay,
course.
so Mrs. is gonna come to you, so we'll do it. Okay. She's gonna go over your warm up with you, so I expect you to make eye contact, raise your hand, be respectful. Okay.
Okay. So, does anybody know what the prefix contra means? And you can just raise your hand and I'll call it again. Alright, what do you think?
To go against or like not allowed, right? Like, that's fair.
I wouldn't say not allowed, but it is like against, that's on the right. So yes, against and opposite. So what are some words that start with the prefix contra? Alright.
Contradiction.
Contradiction. Good. That's a good one. Alright, what else? What else do we have? Something new. Okay, or not. What do you think?
Contraband.
Contraband. That's good, yep. Exactly. Alright, anything else? Y'all can think of? Alright, what do you think?
Contractor.
So I think that would have the prefix con. Yeah.
Contraflow.
But you were on the right path. Thinking about that. Good.
It's a dictionary.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Anything else that y'all can think of?
What does the word contradiction mean?
The opposite of what?
If I say something and you contradict me, what are you doing?
I'm like talking
You're arguing, you're going against it, you're talking back. So
Counterfeit.
are y'all good at contradicting me?
Yep.
Maybe.
And then what is contraband?
Drugs?
Illegals.
And drugs.
You have a spoon or a fork?
You know a
Drugs.
lot about contraband, don't you?
Or like, if you're in some other place and you have a crayon, they don't allow
I mean, he was the one who sniffed that
What
white
is
stuff.
contraband?
Is this?
anything that can auto.
Yeah.
Like blade.
Oh!
The metal detector.
Oh, I thought she was talking about drugs. It's
You need to search your book back.
Don't do it, it stinks.
The one at the front office, it works splendid because it catches my phone every time. But this one, it got something broken in it.
That is true.
Yeah, it is.
I want you to go.
I swear they go off at random times.
Yeah, it just goes off randomly.
It goes one time, then it skips. One time, it goes.
And plot events. Underline it, highlight it, circle it. You need to know number 3 specifically. Yes, please. Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. You're gonna need to make a note or get them printed.
Are you okay? You're so shy.
And the symbolism associated with it. Okay, rivers, lakes, and oceans, and the symbolism that's associated with it. All right, so you need to know all of that about water. You will be given given an example, like a short paragraph that tells like just an easy to read little short story, it'll have some characters. Okay, if I were to ask you which season represents life.
Summer.
If I were to ask you which season is represented by comedy.
Spring.
Okay, and what about dying?
Fall.
Okay.
Because you fall too.
So, make sure you really look over this and also make the differentiation between the word dying, like dying and death are two different things. Dying is like you're not dead yet, right? We're all dying.
Yay.
Once you begin living, you are dying.
Hooray.
Yay.
Okay? So death is that finality. The finality of death does not come until winter. Okay? So I will be selected for winter.
Winter is here.
Who are you, Iron Man? Okay? So just make that connection that dying is like considered in fall. Like leaves are falling off, but the tree is not completely dormant yet. That does not come until winter. Okay? Y'all focus. We're not talking about Spider-Man. Iron Man. I don't know. You're Batman?
I'm sure damn. No, they're risky probably right. I can tell. Like Brady, this is the exact word he said. I was black man. I'm not that. I didn't say that.
I didn't hear him say anything.
No, like we're looking at art. It was an art, right? And I'm like, I'm that man. He said, no, you're black.
You didn't say anything in art. What did your art teacher say?
No, we was talking to each other. He's putting words in. No, Brady said that. He's being, he's trying to put words in.
Okay, so, remember when we talked about the forbidden fruits? Is the forbidden fruit good for you?
No.
No. Okay, that's why I use the word typically. Okay? So just keep those things in mind. You need to know your colors, which some of you don't know them.
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet.
Color is represented by wisdom, enlightenment, or happiness. What would you say?
Yellow.
Yellow. I don't even gotta look
What
at
about
that.
sacrifice?
Sacrifice.
Darkness.
Black. No one had to look.
Tranquility.
I just.
Royalty.
Purple.
Growth.
Green.
Purity.
White.
Good. Death.
Black.
Danger.
Red.
Wisdom.
Wait.
Faith.
Green.
Innocence.
White.
Okay, so you may see something like this on your quiz tomorrow. Remember what the archetype of an hourglass represents.
Time.
Not just time, but
The time passing through or something. What the frick?
passing of
I said
time.
I'm passing first.
Okay?
No, it's because
So
no.
an hourglass is the passing
joking.
of time. Think about that sand passing through that hourglass. Okay. Does anybody remember which archetype goes with the word safety?
Desert. I'm
Or
joking.
what is represented by safety?
Haven.
Haven, perfect. So the two words that go together, it's a safe haven. Those two things go together. In a rock where animals sleep, like a
Oh my
like a
gosh.
cutout in a rock. That's what
From
a
erosion.
cleft means. The person has a cleft palate in their lip. It's like a dip. Like a dip in their lip.
Oh, so like
Anybody got a dip in their
Not
lip?
really a cliff, it's a
Dip.
cleft.
You know what dip is.
Well,
Get a
because I
dip
say
in
the
their
words
lip?
very emphatically.
It goes right.
what does that mean?
Anybody got a dip in their lip?
Look, I'm in college prep.
Okay, we need to sing the barn. Okay.
Yes.
I said, I'm a Barney girl.
I'm sorry.
Barbie girl, not a Barney.
That's not the Barney song.
I swear I said the Barney song.
I said the Barney song.
What did you say?
I'm a Barney.
I'm a Barney girl. That's not the song. It's I'm a. That's the Barney song. We're a happy family. It is. You're.
Bro, you.
I'm having this discussion.
Bro,
That's not rude. So I'm a Barney girl.
that's my alarm clock in the morning. I'm a Barney girl in an imaginary world. Like, the freak?
I'm a Barbie girl. Barbie world.
It's fantastic.
I'm a Barbie girl.
There's no Barbie girl.
I'm a Barney
There's no
girl.
such thing as I'm a Barbie girl.
Bro, that's my ringtone, bro.
I'm a Barney girl.
Like, or, no, actually, that's my alarm clock. Every time I wake up at 5:30, that's the first thing I hear when I wake up.
I'm a Barbie girl.
Uh-huh. I should put that as my alarm clock,
I
low
spell
key.
Barney two different ways, and there's no such thing.
Come on, Barbie. Let's kill Barbie.
You know what? Since you're searching stuff, you should search up the book, The Journey of Jamal and Big Red.
I'm afraid to get called in for searching up I'm a Barney girl. Numbers.
3, 3,
3, 4, 7.
72.
I said that first though.
Bro, we said it.
3, 4, and 7.
I was going
1,
1,
2,
5, 6.
Y'all.
Get back to
Raeneja.
Okay, you have to know your numbers and the symbolic meaning behind it. Okay?
7 is 7 because 7 is 7, but 7 wouldn't be 7 because of 7.
Okay, you need to know about fire.
I love fire.
I know you love fire. Okay?
Death, knowledge, passion, rebirth,
Okay.
and power.
You have no power.
Like you have
No,
you
say.
have a desire to learn, like a burning desire to learn.
Man, I have a burning desire to learn.
I just threw it down yesterday.
My
Yes,
rebirth
you did.
happened.
That's why we're just quickly going over it. Okay, so which archetype represents mystery? We talked about this. Who remembers?
Architect passion. I wish Scooby-Doo was mystery. I
Who
mean,
remembers what represents
hold
mystery?
on. Oh, clouds.
Cloud. Good. Cloud.
When did I write this down?
Okay.
I can't find it.
Ears
Let's
just to
see
see.
if y'all can remember the next one.
Oh, I remember.
Okay. Which archetypal characters can be both positive and negative?
Trickster? Question mark. No.
No, the hero is always positive.
The.
Like mother, father figure.
Mother, father figure.
Oh yeah, because they could be abusive.
Yep.
The big brain.
Hurt me. I
Okay.
can stutter.
And then the last one I want you to think about is right here. For this is a
What is up with
Hey, baby.
horses?
it's
I wish I. was
you good,
black.
Austin? Okay. That a spiritual journey. Remember, we talked about it doesn't have to be spiritual like go to church and pray spiritual. It can be like self-realization, spiritual. It can be like a any type of a overcoming something, being that
Well,
type
my
of
spirit
spiritual.
kicked me in my rib, bro.
Okay. So,